Hi everyone, I'm Marla Miller from marlamiller.com, and you are listening to Quick Query Critique session number 93. I think that's what this query letter is. For those of you who have been sharing marlamiller.com with your friends, thanks very much. I'm getting a lot of subscriptions and asking people where they're coming from, and several are coming from you guys, so thanks. Appreciate it. That's how we grow our business, all of us, is by helping each other out, and I appreciate the help. Okay, we've got a query letter here, but before, you've gotten a newsletter from me about WebWise Writer, and that is my new venture that I am partnering with backmybook.com founders, and so it's a marriage of writing and technology, which is what we really need today if we're going to succeed as writers on the web. We've got to know what tools we need and what tools we don't need, because there's so much out there. I know that your mailboxes are inundated with probably as much stuff as mine is, and it's really hard to know. And people ask me a lot, because of my position as a workshop leader. People ask me what to do, and while I can conceptually tell you, I can't really show you. And in these webinars that we're going to be presenting, we hope to have the first one done by the end of February. We'll be able to show you specifically, because Tay and GK and I will be in the webinars focused on one writer, and hope that we have a big gallery of writers who are listening in and asking questions via the chat room. So it should be exciting. I've been planning this for a long time, and it's hard to get it launched, but we're close. So for those of you who have expressed interest, thanks, and I'm forming the list now of the writers who will be our first up. So, okay, so I've talked enough. Let me get to this query letter. Okay, dear agent, in reading your blog, I saw you are interested in middle grade adventures with daring characters. I believe I've written a book that is a great fit for you. It is 1926, and young Freddy's father says his family can no longer afford to keep him, but Freddy's sisters tell him there's more to it than that. He is forced to leave and learn to support himself. He and his best friend Rudy strike out for California to make their own way in the world and search for Freddy's uncle, who may hold the answer to Freddy's ever being able to return home. They have many adventures and encounters, everything from bank robbers to night riders to poisonous snakes, as well as people both terrible and kind along the way. But Freddy must finish the journey alone when Rudy suffers a terrible accident. Freddy learns a great deal about himself, family, and home along the way. The incredible journey of Freddy J is emblematic of a time when many young people were on their own, traveling throughout the country, trying to find ways to survive. A time before the child labor laws and social safety nets for children that exist today. This 89,000-word coming-of-age adventure will appeal to a broad audience from age 9 and up. It could be likened to the travels of Jamie McPeters meets Bud, not Buddy, in the jazz age. 15 years of teaching taught me what makes young people want to read, and I kept that in mind as I wrote my story. I have sold my writing to Blank and Blank magazines, and I am an active member of Blank and Blank. Below you will find the first 10 pages as your submission guidelines request. I can send the entire manuscript for your consideration immediately and look forward to hearing from you at your convenience. Best regards. Okay, so what do I think of the incredible journey of Freddy J? Well, I like it. And I'm assuming that this is, so a couple of things. She has some very long sentences that I would encourage her to take a look at and break up in the second paragraph especially. There's a couple of words here that are, you heard me pause. It was because there was a word supposed to be there and it wasn't, and I didn't put it in. So, just do a very, very tight copy edit before you send your query letters, and that goes for all of you. I know that sometimes you don't do that when you send it to Quick Query Critiques, and while I think you should, just for practice, make sure that you really do a tough line edit. Okay, so what else can I tell this writer about this? In the third paragraph, I want her to take a look at this 89,000 word coming of age adventure will appeal to a broad audience from age 9 and up. It could be likened to the travels of Jamie McPeters meets Bud, Not Buddy in the Jazz Age. Now, because I don't, I'm not familiar with either one of these books, I looked them up, and I believe that they're YA novels, both of them. And I'm wondering if this is. I know the author says it appeals from 9 and up, but I'm not sure. Just my opinion. I'm not sure that I would make that range that broad. I would be looking probably for an agent who represented these coming of age books and or stories, and chances are they are. If it's about a kid, it's YA. So it doesn't always have to be, but it reads like a YA novel to me. So that's just my opinion. If you don't want to ID it as a YA novel, that's obviously your prerogative. Now, it says it could be likened to blank meets blank in the jazz age. So I'm assuming that the agent will know what the jazz age is. It's around the Depression era, isn't that correct? I think the early 30s or something like that. So just be sure that that jazz age is something that you think the agent would immediately know. In terms of this author's credentials, great, really good, and I like the letter. I think it's a good one. It has a Huck Finn kind of feel to it, and that's not a bad thing. Although I'm glad that she didn't mention those iconic books that it could be. Although these two books that she did mention are pretty big. All right. I'm not going to say any more than that about it. I think that it's really good. The only thing is that there's something in the second paragraph. She says that he was forced to leave his home, which back in that time kids did. But there's more to it than that. And then they kind of just hung there. It never really got mentioned again. And so if that's really germane to this story, that there's something else out there, that's really going to be part of this story, I might want to tap that again before I leave this query letter. Just mention it again. But other than that, I wish this author luck, and with a nice tight copy edit, I think this query letter is ready to go. Hope this is helpful. Until the next time, be well, keep writing.